talk. Welcome back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus, and today we've got one episode for you because this is the review, the post-show review of the Miss Supranational 2023, and I am shocked. We were relaxing on the beach, and oh my God, Guru, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I think lots to say, but we are not the common usual pageant bloggers, so we'll really not go into details and depths of every round. We'll quickly skim through it. But what's more important are the lessons, the significance, and what really pageantry should stand for. And there's a lot to talk. But congratulations to Miss Ecuador, Arina Aguilera, for being the 2023 Miss Supranational. Congratulations to Pauline. She was the first runner-up. Congratulations to India, becoming a Miss Supranational Asia. Great going for the second time in a row after Ritika, though we still have comments there, but great job. So where should we start? Very quickly, there are about 6 or 7 categories that we are going to space this entire video into, and quick discussion, and then we move to something really important. So stick out there. Okay, So the first one is all about the experience. So how was the experience? So
did you notice they were using the word experience a lot during the pageant?
They have rebranded. It's not a pageant anymore. It's the Miss Supranational Experience. And this word has, it hits close to home. But that's for another story. So how was the experience? How was the production? The overall production value of the show compared to, say, a Miss World or Miss Universe or Miss Earth.
I would just say, Guru, it was a little better than Miss World, but horrible. It was just a little better than Miss World. I think Miss World is it's really gone down, but the production itself was all over the place. It did not give me a pageant feel, honestly. It did not give me anything that was synchronized properly. The production was bad. It was all over the place, actually. Apart from, I guess, knowing it's a pageant, you know what you're going to expect and everything, so you're kind of prepared for it. But other than that, it was blah. I did not like it. Nothing.
So I think they've come a long way. It's better than last time. I think the number of breaks
the stage
had reduced. The stage was great, but we have a stage. Actually, we can club that. Talking about the stage as well, I think the stage was better than last time. Last time, if you remember, there were 3 parallel tracks and there was one ramp in which many of the women were falling and stumbling because of the inclination. So I think they fixed that. But you're right, it wasn't looking like a pageant. It was more like The Voice or one of those music, shows that happen, or some concert going on.
Like a variety show,
LED thing. So, it's more of an entertainment show. So I think that's good. I think it's high time that if Miss Supranational wants to call itself a global pageant, that they move out of Poland, because every year we are seeing the same Polska, Polonia, that village. So let's move out for it to really represent the supranational about it. It's still very national, though the women come from more than 60-65 countries, but I think that was the overall production quality was better. There was well lit. The stage is well lit. It's not that it's dull. It's
No.
It was clear. It wasn't that the mics were not working. So I think from those angles, good job on the production value. But when it comes to correlation with the pageant, question mark.
Yeah.
What about the hosts?
The host, I liked the host actually. The only thing that worked during the entire pageant, the host was good. It was not as, remember, I think Miss Philippines we were watching? The two hosts, the one was like a stiff, robotic doll. Oh God, that was horrible, right? So this
they were reading from, she was reading from
the thing. And so I loved the host. I did not like the opening number. I loved the DJ. The DJ was actually good. Actually, I did Google a lot of songs from the pageant. The music was good. The opening number was all over the place. I don't know who was directing the show. If you notice, none of the dancers were synchronized. None of them, actually they were fumbling and remembering, like they were actually looking at few girls who knew the steps. It was so obvious that they were not comfortable doing it, So everyone has this nervous thing.
As audiences, I was a bit confused. Sometimes they would go the continental route where they would combine people with continents. Sometimes they would go alphabetically.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would again go back to, this is from the continent. So starting with the continents didn't make sense to club them and then start again. Normally they would stick to the narrative throughout. I think that was one thing. But yes, few of them were really trying to copy and badly copying, which was getting caught on camera.
And
host, definitely, I think a big, what did you notice?
Did you notice the dresses in the opening number were trying to be identical to MGI, the green MJ with the little poof things? Did you notice?
The Asia region one. Because every region was the same. The Asia one was like those...
Yes. What you call it? Yeah, they were like this. It was like a poof thing with
Indonesian.
Something to do with they tried to do that same poof thing, and it was a mess. Actually, it didn't stand out. It felt like garbage all over. Just blown up to the stage.
No, they become famous because they are collected from the garbage collector.
The garbage collector, exactly. They're inspired by the garbage collector. Okay, so
on the host, let me just talk about the host.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The host was there in the last year, but this new host lady is Miss South Africa for the year 2000. She went to Miss World in 2001, where Priyanka Chopra had to give away her crown, and she was in the top 20, but she didn't go beyond. But I like the fact that her voice is so much in control. You feel that this is serious stuff. It's not like a film or some Bollywood night going on.
No.
I think she added the right amount of gravitas which is required to make this feel that it's of importance. They're vying for something really. It's not a cookery show. It's not something. So let's see where it led to eventually. But
no, she was wonderful. I did love her a lot. So she was fantastic. And okay, so what's next, Guru? So next thing.
The first cut. How did the Gurus do? So Emma got, we did our top 15 if you guys remember. So Emma was 10 on 15 and I was 12 on 15. So I believe that's a good mix. So we continued to understand pageants well. So that's just a validation on the kind of nuances that we've probably picked up on. Good stuff. Was there anyone that really you expected and did not make the cut? That you really thought would and was not there?
I think the one I was actually...
Yours was Belgium, no?
Belgium was shocking why Belgium did not make it. Yeah, in fact, I picked, what's her name? Vietnam, unfortunately. I regret. But she was beautiful, that's why I picked her. But I am feeling so horrible that I picked Vietnam. I anything, I don't want to offend anyone in Vietnam. I love them. It's just that I don't know what was wrong with this contestant. Is there some backstory to her? I don't know. But I picked her. I liked her. She made it, and I loved United Kingdom, and I'm happy that she made it almost all the way. I am happy with most of it, but I was shocked, absolutely shocked with how Zimbabwe didn't progress. Gibraltar.
That's the second. No, she came in the first cut, no?
She came in the first cut, but did honestly semi-finals. Okay, let's say semi-finals, and then if you look at the rankings from there, we'll talk about that. I did feel most of it were fair enough, and I think you and I were on edge when India was announced.
Oof.
That was the last, and I was like, okay, that's
God, I think there was a big heart attack in most of India. I am going through the comments, and they said like they had skipped a beat, and it was quite a moment.
It was scary, and I was like, okay, this is it, we're done. And it was bad, but they did get some of it right. I think they did get some of it right.
For me, the biggest shocker was the fact that there was no Czech Republic and there was no Canada. I think these two were the ones which probably were not there in my top thing. But other than that, I'm quite okay with the semi-finals. I think once the cut from the swimsuit to the top 12 came in, I think that's where one of the biggest injustices in the pageant history within Supranational happened, which was the elimination of Miss Zimbabwe. What do you have to say about that, Emma?
That was horrible. That it just nothing could have justified that.
Doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense at all. It's just I have no idea why. I mean, okay, South Africa was amazing. I love South Africa, so I was kind of shocked by South Africa. Also wanted them. Okay, fine. Maybe they wanted to keep it, no more African. Yeah, not to repeat it, but I would have mentioned Zimbabwe had to make it. And are you telling me Vietnam was stronger than Zimbabwe? That is
even
shocking.
Netherlands. Even Netherlands, I couldn't understand how some of them progressed further.
I don't know. Did you hear half of them speak during the speed round of the 20 seconds? What was that?
I don't know. But what was your view on the swimsuits? The design, the color, did it pop? Did it look nice?
It was okay. It's something that you don't really see on the pageant thing, but I was not impressed by it. I felt it made them
didn't like the granny. It looked like a granny's underwear.
The granny pants. It was like the granny pants. It should have, it was right up to the waist, and you are in a swimsuit. You needed to be a little more symmetrical, because that's what's going on nowadays. So it was just right up to the belly button, and it just kind of made.
It wasn't doing justice to all the efforts that these girls have done on this in the gym. It was not at all flat.
No, it didn't. It made them look frumpy. It actually made them look frumpy, and like it was not a good thing. They could have just made a one piece if they didn't want to make it a two piece. They could have just made it a one piece. It would have looked a lot better. So it was right.
I wish Miss India had actually not had her bun on top during the swimsuit. I think that really didn't. It didn't do well. As in swimsuits, you don't require a bun. It should be more flowing, more natural.
She had the same hairstyle throughout the competition, so she did not want to vary it. Maybe she just thought that okay, that's what's accentuating her features. This is where it goes wrong when you're not trained properly, and the stylists are making you do something, and they just stick to it. So when they're there, they already have the set of thing. Okay, this is what you're going to do with your hair. This is what you're going to do with makeup. So they just kind of go with that. So. Maybe she does not know how to style herself, and that's what she was trained to do, and you just do it. So that's horrible. I think you need to leave your hair down. You need to vary it. You need to do things with it. Be innovative, be creative, be yourself, I don't like I said, we need to discuss about styling, about our contestants, which has been a problem.
I think Zimbabwe, again, if you go back to the video, I clearly said that they are deliberately going to remove the African region. Nobody from Africa actually advanced in the top 12 because for the last 2 years, Namibia and then South Africa, twice given to the African continent, it just wasn't going to be their cup of tea this time. They had to give it to either Asia or to Latin America, and that's where things actually went, if you carefully see.
Yeah, because
even South Africa was out, and Zimbabwe was also out.
Africa was strong, and remember I kept saying European are very strong this year. They were, and Asia, of course. Philippines and India were the strongest, right? Okay, I don't know why. India could have also kind of won. Why didn't she progress? That was also kind of shocking. She could have, right? But they just did that whole thing with Srinidhi giving her the icon award and maybe just pacifying India. Like, you got a good contestant, and we know you're going to make you lose, so we give you some other crown and keep you happy.
Yeah.
It did not feel like a pageant. It just felt like...
It was just a jigsaw puzzle, just being, fitting as per what the design was.
What
You're
is
right,
the ideals of Miss Supranational,
Aspirational and inspirational. So that's another discussion when we come to the winner. But
sure.
Carefully, if you look at, if you remember in 2014, Aishwarya Rai was felicitated by the Miss World organization, where she came with that entire disco
with the husband and everything.
With husband, mother, and
the daughter.
The daughter. And then that year, India did not advance forward. There was Koel Rana, and eventually they gave her a Miss Asia World. Same thing happened here. Srini Devi was given it because it's a fine line. If you're putting someone as a judge, really making India, and then India wins, because I'm sure if she was in top 5, she would have nailed the answer. High likelihood. So they don't want to go that route, so it's favoritism, but they don't want to completely do nothing, so they gave the Asia contestant the Miss Supra Asia crown. But I don't understand, if Vietnam is there in the top 5, then why wouldn't she be given the Asia crown? It's better than
exactly
the
my point. Yeah, I mean, if you had to just pacify the country by giving them something, then you could have totally made Vietnam the Asia and given at least India top 5. I don't mind if she lost. We knew she was not going to win because of many reasons, but that's when all
same thing with Zimbabwe as well. Now, Zimbabwe also got the Africa Supra.
She got Africa, and Gibraltar. I knew Gibraltar was fantastic. Everybody knew she was amazing. Why didn't she get it? She could have totally made top 5 as well. She was very intelligent, because when you see the preliminaries and all these little snippets that they were showing and they were talking, Gibraltar speaks so beautifully. I don't think, so this is what I question, what are these guys? What are their fundamentals of operating? It just makes no sense at all.
It's all fuzzy. So, which is why sometimes we should also understand that they're looking for a brand ambassador for the job. When they're looking at a job, then they decide who they want. It can be, I want a particular thing. Then why do you have judges? Why do you involve the people? Just do a private vote and say this is not democracy, or this is fan vote. They've introduced it, but then that brings Vietnam to top 5. Otherwise, it didn't make sense. She was not there as part of anything else. She came to top 12 as a part of fan vote. Whew. This is heating up. So what about evening gowns? Any spectacular evening gown that you really liked in the top 12?
In the top 12, I loved UK's gown. It was pink. I think it was pink. It has this feathery thing. It was very light and airy and beautiful. I loved it. I think Czech Republic's gown was good. The sparkly pink thing that she was wearing, I think it was Czech.
But she was not in the top.
She didn't make it. Sadly, she didn't make it. And also mention South Africa's gown, which was so gorgeous. It was just these straps. All you could see is white straps just embracing her body. Oh God, it was beautiful. I really.
What did I feel like? I felt it's sorry, but I felt it was like a mummy. Part of her.
But it was
out, the African goddess.
It looked good at her complexion, so it was beautiful. I guess I did not like India's gown. Wrong color. Again, why are they doing these dull colors? Last time it was dull purple, maroon last time.
And before that it was again purple. So I don't know what's with the purple thing. It was not, I don't know. It was not popping up.
Lavender gown, a light lavender gown would look beautiful on her complexion. Light pastels like pink or blue or something beautiful and colorful. She's a young girl. You're giving her like this, Bengal color, brinjal color, which is even dark, Sarawa brinjal color, and you wanting to look nice. She was just drowned. You could not see her.
And that's also because if you look at the background also unfortunately happened to be purple and all of those hues, so she just lost it. Though I like, when she was given the airtime, the way she looked at the camera, it was like killed me. It was such a moment.
She really worked it. She put a lot of effort.
I really want to congratulate both the Miss Diva as well as Pragya to the fact that she really worked hard. If you look at when she was crowned, she was bashed left, right, and center. She was a major downgrade compared to Ritika, but clearly she lived up to the fact that she really wanted to.
This is something I want to address in terms of standards of beauty that you see in beauty pageant. Yeah, we know Pragya is not a ideal look that she has, that you see a pretty whatever. Now, what qualifies as pretty? Everyone have their own version and interpretation to it, but everyone has a charm that you need to see beyond the face, right? And she had that. Her pictures were
glowing.
All her pictures that were posted that you see on social media, she nailed it. She has a very photogenic face. She might not have a typical beautiful face that you guys think is pretty. Yeah, she's not probably Ritika. Everyone is individually beautiful. She did not disappoint in any way. If she was styled properly, trust me, you guys would have seen that, oh my God, she's something. I want to get my hands in there, give her a makeover. She would have rocked it, right? So it just didn't happen, and I think you guys need to just stop.
Why did she not, she did not proceed because of her top 12 speech. why would she not? I think she was one of the few who was
that's
very
total
strong.
nonsense. Okay, first of all, we will talk about the question answer thing, and I've got so much to say. I mean, I'm sorry, the judges are completely brain dead. Hear me out. Emma from Pageant Guru is saying all the supranational judges are brain dead because I don't know what the hell you did. If you were going to judge these girls on intellect, then your entire pageant is a farce, because that's not what happened. I think we all know that's not what happened. Okay, so I don't know what you're judging it on. I think it's basically, you know what I'm seeing it, I think it's just something more like a tourism thing, like you're saying. It's always in Mopoloska, whatever that place is, and it's always promoting that. Everyone is speaking on that, all the girls are, you know, saying the name. It's not like a touristy thing, it's more like earning revenues for the city. I don't think it has anything to do with the pageant. They want to see who can just rake in most revenue. I don't know, it just gave me that feeling. And in the end of it, it was very hurtful to all the girls who put effort, who deserved to be where they were, and they were cheated of it. I think a lot of girls were cheated and robbed out of it, not just Pauline. I think we're all heartbroken about Pauline. She deserved to win this, but everybody else got robbed out of it, and it's horrible. So they need to really either stop, to make it like a contest, like get some endorsement, and make it like a contest if you want to win. But otherwise, it's not going to work. And
I have high hopes with Anne now, because she's the owner. She's the 100% owner. She really doesn't want to, as in she'll not be swayed by sponsorships or getting anything else. It's her own pageant. So I'm really looking forward to El Salvador in December. The other thing is, I don't know if you noticed that they're finally going to launch the Miss Universe beverage on 17th of April.
The water or a beverage now?
The beverage now. So our Miss India, Divita, is right now in Thailand, and we'll get to know what exactly is going to happen, because they've asked for their original evening gowns. They've asked for their crowns in which they were crowned in. So something interesting is coming up. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. For me, in the top 5, I clearly could have seen Madam Vietnam not being there, replaced by either India or Peru. I'm still not sure about Brazil. Brazil came close, but compared to India, I would have preferred, as in India, to go through. I think that was the only heartbreak, and it's happened the second time. And there are videos going all around the internet which are putting that expression of Pragya just before her name. She's expecting the name to be cut out. It really breaks many hearts, but we are not going to be denied, only redirected, as Catriona said. So, what about the final question?
Oh, the final
I don't think whether there's an interpreter, non-interpreter, whether they put these mics on, these headphones on, or they don't understand what the question was. I think most of them did not even answer the question.
I feel it's irrelevant. That whole question, answering the question, asking them the answers.
No, because the top 12 were asked that 20-second word.
Yeah.
Why should you be Miss Supranational? And then the final question is also, what is the qualities of an ambassador? I think the girls have just rutted, or they've mucked up the same answer.
And they were saying, we want me to be unique, and what was that thing they said? They want them to be unique and something else, like as if you basically be honest, right? And so if you were to base them on the judging and whatever they said, Philippines, UK, and I think Ecuador was like, okay, the last, all right?
Ecuador is more, authentic. She was true in what she was saying. Though the question was, what are the qualities that would make an ambassador? But she's talking about, I would love to travel around the world. I would love to be a doctor using my own funds. I would love to open an NGO or some foundation for single women. So I think she's talking about what she would do, not what is the quality of a brand ambassador that the supranational team is looking for. So completely out of context. Which is why it was when we saw the answer, it was very clear that only 1 or 2 maximum clearly hit. In fact, 2. You're right.
Yes.
UK talked about the relatability,
and she talked about dedication.
Correct. So it's clear they're answering the question, and I do feel when it comes to Pauline, it still was not impactful. There was heart missing. She was not. It was still rehearsed. Though her eyes were lit up, but it seemed very. It's a proper answer which is worded, which she had learned the dialogues, which is about transcending these things. So somewhere the authenticity factor was completely not there, and which is what is making me feel that they were probably looking for somebody who was more authentic. And have you noticed the latest winner looks like Miss Grand International 2022 from Brazil?
Real? She does a little bit, but that one's more prettier. Yeah, she's.
So, Isabel Meni, I think probably that's the quintessential look that they're looking for. Tall, dark brown hair, luscious curls, and knows how to kill the ramp walk. Okay, what else?
I do agree with Pauline. I remember I messaged you during the pageant. She did not look confident. She looked very stressed. She looked very sad. She actually looked very sad and depressed. Like, this is my last. Like, I'm losing hope. This is my last chance. She had that energy.
The look. It was not the winner's look.
It was not winner. It was not confident.
It was like, please. It was a pitiable face. Please, I'm doing so well. Please, God, grant me. It is coming from a space of scarcity, not abundance. She was not shining. She was not commanding her crown. I don't know whether the universe or cosmos picks those things up, but yes. However, it reminded me of Catriona when she was in Miss World in 2016, where she did not win. You could feel that she's expecting to win. She wants to win, but Puerto Rico won, and then it was a heartbreaking moment. Seems to be injustice, and it seems to be that this is the end. But Pauline, this is not the end. This is certainly not the end. So remember that.
So that's exactly. But can she come back again, Guru? Just want to ask, can she compete again?
Not in this pageant, but somewhere else. Why not?
Definitely not Miss World. Miss World.
Now, why not Miss World? She can.
Okay. She should.
The other thing here is, another reason why the organization could not or did not crown her. So this is a very warped reason, but who do you think is the culprit?
The organization. They have a different agenda.
And Chakapong.
What? Wait, what?
If you forget Anne in the picture, the simple logic could be, if you remember Miss Universe Philippines, when they crowned Makati on the stage, they did not crown Pauline as Miss Supranational. Yeah. That happened after party, where this announced that Pauline was actually the winner of the Miss Supranational Philippines. And the reason why she was not crowned on the stage during the pageant night or when the telecast was there, because Anne's clear instructions that she wants the pageant to be only her pageant, the winner should be crowned, only her winner should be crowned on the stage, no other contest's winner should be crowned on that stage. Now, if you're telling that to Supranational will take offense. Why should we crown someone from your country where you are not taking our pageant seriously? So that is another reason why this could be the case. Because if you're not respecting the organization...
Maybe. Then again, so much of politics. And why are you taking out on the girls? Do you know what it does to them? Do you know how...
But if you look, same thing happens. Yeah, it happens.
You're not being selfish again, right? Regardless of whatever, whether Anne, whoever, everyone has their own agenda. And the girls are suffering at the end of the day. Because when I was heartbroken. I was like... I remember I was almost sleepy. And I was just like, okay... the fifth position, I was like Vietnam, and I was just saying that. So when they said UK is at fourth, I was like, what? That's when I knew something was going to go wrong. The minute they announced UK at four, I thought she would be the first runner-up, right? Let's be very honest. So
but
when I was
was Philippines and UK, everybody was saying after the contest, these two are the ones to beat.
Exactly. So and the funny thing was when Ecuador, I was like, when they said Ecuador, I was like, I just jumped out of bed. I have a spine problem, and I'm not supposed to jump out of bed. I jumped. I'm like, and you know what? Everyone was focusing on her. I was just peeping to see at Pauline's face. She was like dumbstruck, absolutely. And I was like, oh my god. And the first thing was, I was heartbroken. I was like, how is she feeling? She is probably going through a lot of stress right now, and a lot of depression and sadness. And I don't know how it's affected her, because you could tell from Miss Philippines to all of it, she's really wanted to win. Maybe you're right, Guru, that's not a good attitude to have, because then it just goes in the negative. I need to win, I need to win. She should just probably be, I'm here to have fun, I'm here to be my best, and that's it. That attitude probably would have made her win. Maybe there was some other reason it got absorbed, by the way, but it should not be
the other thing quickly, if I want to talk about, is the fact that her advocacy was body shaming. I think Harnaz has conquered that that platform. Again, talking of the same thing didn't make much sense. The other thing is, what I feel is that this Miss Ecuador had the single moms platform as her advocacy. Probably that's a bit different. But what I also see is, by wrong judging, it not only impacts the person who feels that they've not been done justice, but also the winner. So now you see the amount of hate comments to both Ecuador and Philippines as well. So what is the role of pageants? Are we going to propagate these things because of wrong judging? We talk of these platforms as uplifting women, but it's very important to have.
And then you put down and demean another one. You have to be consistent in your love for pageants. You have to be consistent in your entire views and your your whole ideal of being empowering women, and we want to see new things and whatever. You should be consistent for everybody else. Why hate on Ecuador because she won? She put in her efforts. Okay, now we don't know what the politics or the controversies or the corruption behind the organization, any organization is. We have nothing, but what we see on stages, we know that these women are putting the 100%. They win, they lose. You can see the expressions. You know how much of efforts they put. You cannot control that, right? Those answers, that confidence. You can't control that. No amount of politics can control that. So just
this is the start, Emma. This is just the start. Imagine now, in the next Miss Universe, Miss Netherlands wins compared to Miss Philippines because she's a trans woman. Then what happens? These are going to get more complicated and convoluted.
I think this is another thing that is, I don't know why Anne is doing this. This is Anne's doing. This entire Netherlands winning is Anne's doing, and I would not be surprised if this Netherlands wins Miss Universe, and all the real biological women who are really going through a lot in life, being a woman and competing on a stage like this, it's difficult. I mean, the amount of harassment we go through, the bullying we go through, the natural hormonal issues we go through, please, I mean, come on, a man can never understand that. Our hormones mess us up. If I hadn't have Guru, I would have gone mad, let me be honest. And he understands that, being a man. And then, it's important to understand what a woman is. And you're having a trans compete with women who have struggled. You have no idea about their stories. And they're all going to be on an equal platform. It doesn't make sense. And
especially when there are contests. When there are other contests for trans women.
If Anne wants to support this, we love you supporting all trans people. Create a simple Miss Universe trans. Who would not love that or support that? Have a different category, Miss Universe.
I thought that she would go through this when she's rebranded the entire organization as One Universe. So probably she'll have one for teens, one for Miss, and maybe it could be Mr. Universe as well. You never know. 5 years down the line, we both would be competing in the same contest. The way things are going.
I mean, Miss Universe at 50 years old, you and I could totally go on it. Miss Universe curvy. I mean, you can do so much with it. You want to bring people together. You want to unite them. You want to bring tolerance. You need to understand how to do it. This is not the way to do it. And it is impossible for you to kind of put in a man into a contest of a woman, let's be damn honest here, and then expect everyone to be okay with it. It is just not justified, so I do hope, I'm losing my interest with Anne now. I really am, the whole pageant thing is kind of I think MGI has kept my faith alive. I'll be very honest, MGI has really kept my faith alive in pageants. I am excited about MGI a lot, and Miss World is needs to learn a lot. But Supranational,
it's happening in India. It's happening in Goa. I think we can go there on the beach and watch this.
Oh, we are on the beach, right? So we need a beach vacation, I guess. We will do. If all goes well, we'll do a live coverage of Miss World, and we'll give you all the updates and the fun and the gossip and the craziness and the madness. So let's see how that goes. And yeah, so I'm gonna just close with this, and Guru will, that it was very sad, Pauline, what happened. Philippines, my love goes out to you. We were heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. I mean, as in India, I supported Miss India, but my whole love was for Philippines, and I was devastated as much as you are. Ooh, don't worry about it. This is another day. We have many other pageants coming up, and you never know where you guys are going. So we got Makati coming from Miss Universe, and she is my favorite. So we are gonna win this. We're gonna do something great. I don't know we don't know who's Miss India, right, for Miss Universe yet. So
not yet.
Not yet. So having said all that, I love my Miss India and I would love her to come somewhere, but trust me, Makati has been my favorite. So we are supporting her, and we love you, Miss Philippines, and we love you, Philippines in general. All right? So stay positive, guys, and over to Guru.
Okay, so just before closing, Mr. Supranational also ended, and would like to congratulate Luis on entering the top 20. So well done, Luis. You raised our flags, and all the best, because you're one person who actually walked the talk. You made things that you wanted to, that you thought about, and you went after them. So well done, and all the very best. And we shall be live very soon with another topic. So till then, Shukriya.
Shukriya. Namaste. Take care. Have a wonderful Sunday. Mwah.